Hey guys, it is Monday, and I'm making my way out to pick out some cash. I'm gonna go buy a bike off of Facebook Marketplace. Normally I'd ride a bike up here, but there was no bike share bikes near me. So I guess it made it for a good excuse to walk through the new Mervish Village? You know, this is just behind where Honest Ads used to be, so I forget what they're actually gonna call it. There's a few businesses open already. That's a bookshop in the day, bar at night. People say it's cool in there. I don't know. I'm just going to this Bank of Montreal. Got some cash. That's the bike I'm gonna buy. $315. I, talked them down a little bit, but it's got the stuff that I want mostly. Anyways, with the cash going into the subway, I gotta go pick it up at Leslie and Finch. Kind of far. It's gonna be like an hour journey. I did get off one stop early just to go into this Dollarama. I picked up a cheap bike lock because I forgot to bring one, and on the way home, in case I need to take a whiz or something, it'd be nice to just have a lock on hand. So got that, back on the subway with the free transfer, and rode up one stop to Finch. I don't really come up here that often. After all these months of hearing about some Finch LRT being open, I was kind of hoping I'd be out on an LRT, not a bus, but whatever. So went and test rode the bike. Seemed good. That's the guy I bought it from, by the way. I already gave him the cash. I generally give people the cash so they can hold on to it while I do the test ride. And things were looking good on it. I told him I'm gonna try to take the Don Valley trails down to back downtown, and he gave me directions. And yeah, here's a look at the bike. It's a Specialized Globe San Francisco 1, I think. It's like from 2009 model, and it's pretty good. 26-inch wheel by 1.5. It's got front and back disc brakes. I'm checking out the tires. They look pretty good to me. I think in the description it was never been ridden in the rain or snow. Kind of looks like it hasn't been ridden much at all, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, it's got cable disc brakes, which people online kind of shit talk the cable disc brakes. They're like, hydraulics are so much better, but I feel like the cable's fine. Maybe it's not the most premium, but it's doing the job. And it's got a 3-speed Nexus internal gear hub, which looking online seems like it's not too much of a pain to take off this wheel and stuff. And it's cool. The 3 speeds are a good distribution of gear ratio, so not too bad for climbing or going downhill. Pretty good, all in all. Yeah. I don't love the color of the frame, but what are you gonna do? And I do want to change out these pedals. Pretty junky stock pedal. Kind of a gimmick with the Globe name, and I guess it's a globe-shaped pedal. But yeah. Anyways, getting on to the trails. Not too far away from where I picked it up at Leslie and Finch there. Dropping in and riding around. It's going to be a lot of GoPro footage, so some things might get a little bit out of whack with where things are, since the GoPro doesn't have good time date stamping, and I don't know. I'm making some my best guess of is this after this one? For the most part it is, since I used a GoPro a lot for the beginning. And it's been nice just biking through these spots. I pretty much almost never go north of Eglinton on a bike, so a lot of these spots feel pretty new to me. I think I've been here once with Arthur and Dandy. We did a big Don Valley ride. Maybe we went to Edward Gardens or something along the way. But yeah, big road stop here. Trail closed suddenly. That's pretty annoying. There was a gap in the fence, so I thought maybe people have found a way around here. Maybe there's a little side path that I could take. But it does seem to be boarded up pretty good here. This is underneath the 401. So it would be nice to not have to take a big detour. I did go down to the river and try to look like maybe along the river there's a way around, but it's looking pretty wet. And like the fence did go all the way, so I'm taking the detour, which does mega suck. It's kind of far out of the way and it's all uphill, so after a while I was like, alright, I'm gonna walk up this hill. Although it doesn't look like a hill, it was just like, you know, after a while I'm tired, man. I'm at Don Mills now. And Google Maps is like, yeah, Don Mills, that's a bike friendly road. You can ride this. Doesn't seem very bike friendly. Yeah, crossing over the 401 now. That's the real freedom down there, right? But yeah, this is why the Google Maps is saying that this is a bike path, because the sign does include it's like bikes are allowed on that special lane at this time, so go ahead and ride in it if you want. I guess it's not very busy. I don't know, this road definitely doesn't seem like it needs to be 6 lanes. But here we are. I guess I probably would be fine if I like rode in there. It's just, I don't know. When a road is that wide, it's like just inviting the people to go crazy mode and ultra fast. So I did ride on the sidewalk as long as there was nobody walking close to me. So tried not to inconvenience anyone. But yeah. And I went past this sushi place. I went here with my college friends once. You know, it was good seeing them. But that sushi place, I was like, damn, it was like $50 for an all-you-can-eat thing. Not worth it. It wasn't even like good quality. Or, I mean, it was fine. It was fine, but $50 for fine. Come on, guys. Anyways, I'm back into some sort of trail system. And I'm like, this path, oh man. Beautiful path. Very smooth. Did come to some construction stuff, or maybe they're just like cleaning the sewer lines or something. I don't know. But here's another detour. Not a huge one, but there was a cop there who was like, yeah, go across the other light. So that was annoying, even though I probably could have just went underneath. I don't know, whatever. So that trail dead-ended. 900 meters down there. I'm just gonna trust the sign and go over to this next area. Kind of go through a neighborhood, then do one of these split crossing things. I do kind of like the split crossing thing. It is kind of shitty that it's like just wait for a gap style, but I guess it did work out. I only had to wait like a minute for there to be a gap. And then south of that crossing was another way into a different part of the trail, I guess. I assume all these things would normally be connected, or are planned to be connected. It's kind of hard. Like, I don't have my phone mounted on my handlebars. I should have brought the quad lock mount and set it up with this bike, so I could like be constantly checking the map. But there's constantly turns and parking lots and stuff. It's kind of like, oh, I don't really know which way to go. Sometimes, you know, you go into a parking lot and like there's a sign being like, yeah, bike trail that way. And it's like in the corner, there's a bike trail behind some cars. And like here, I'm kind of turned around. I thought that the river would be flowing the other way, so I don't really have a good feeling of where I am. And then I looked at the map and it seemed like, okay, this maybe isn't like the most optimal trail, but this should reconnect with the main part of the trail. So I'm going off the pavement and through the wooded area. Sometimes it's like that. However, this was a huge mistake, guys. It's like ultra mosquito-y in here, so I'm getting bit up and kind of worried about getting a tick or something. But again, I'm just like, follow that water. That'll bring me to the lake eventually. Then there was like a fork in the trail and I went left And I was like, man, this mega sucks. And it was a disaster. That fork just went in a big loop. And I'm looking at the map and the pin's moving around. And it's like, I'm nowhere near where Google Maps says that there's a trail. So I'm just in some random ass woods area. Eventually I just gave up with that and went back. And found a different way. Yeah, my lip is a little bit swollen up from a mosquito bite. I'm like, what is going on with that? Yeah. I'm mega bitten up now, so that sucks. Anyways, crossing underneath the bridge. I think I know where I am. Turns out I didn't know. I was like, should I go up this thing? I decided not to go uphill because it's a pain, and then I went uphill a different way to this parking lot. That was a dead end. There's no trail over there, it's just a picnic zone. They really need some sort of simple lake line or something. Like, paint a line that connects all these things that's like this. If you're going to the lake, you just follow this line, and that's the way to go. That'd be really nice, but eventually, looking at Google Maps, I figured it out. I'm crossing by. That's the Ontario line construction going on here. They're gonna make a big bridge to go over the Don Valley. That looks pretty neat. I know there's a big hubbub about all the trees they had to cut down, but it'll be worth it for public transit. Anyways, I think that's the teeth statues. I think of them as teeth statues. I think they're supposed to be like weird animals or something. I don't know. But I basically know where I am. I've ridden through this part before. And I can see a familiar bridge in the distance there.
Oh, fucking hell.
But yeah, randomly I just got a flat tire. I don't know exactly what that was from. It looked like I just went through a puddle and instant flat tired. And sidewalls are completely blown up, so yeah, maybe the guy over pumped the tires and they just burst when I went through a weird bump. I don't know. Or they're just old. You know, this is a 2009 bike, so these tires could be over 10 years old for all I know. And maybe they're just old and dry and then getting wet and dry and stuff just effed them up. Who knows? I didn't see any obvious like glass or nails or something in it. I figured I'll have a closer look when I change them eventually, but for now I just gotta get home. So I'm walking. It's hot. I'm sweaty and itchy. My legs are covered in dirt because this bike doesn't have fenders, so it's not a great time. But that's just how it is sometimes. You just gotta walk out of there. And it's kind of weird. There's construction going on, and I guess you're still allowed to go through this part, which is nice for me to not have to like find some weird way around. Just keep going on the trail. But I feel like normally they don't like to share the path when they're doing stuff. So doing my walk, my lip feels a little bit less swollen from that bug bite, so that's good at least. Every now and again I see a car and I'm like, oh, is that Pottery Road? That wasn't Pottery Road. But he's a salmon ladder. Feels familiar. There's a cool bird over there. So I know I'm close to Pottery Road, which is probably going to be the next way for me to get out of here. And it was just around the bend. That's Pottery Road here. Which has another one of those protected island crossing things, so it's fairly safe. And just walking up and out of the Don Valley again. Yeah. It's I feel like it's one of the better ways to get into the Don Valley, since you can bike down it if you want. It's like fairly wide and protected. I don't know if this is like a sidewalk technically or not. I mean, it probably technically is. I don't know. But yeah, once I was out of there, there's a bus stop right there, so I could have taken the bus to the subway station. I didn't really want to put my bike on the front rack thing. I don't think the bus drivers like it, and I mean, I don't like it either. It's all jiggling and shit. Feels like it's gonna fall off the bus. But yeah, just a good spot to take a rest and eat that pepperoni stick that I bought earlier. And then I figured I'd just walk the rest of the way. It was probably about a 4-kilometer walk from when I got the flat to Broadview here. I got in just before 5 p.m. Which I don't know if they really care about this, but you're not supposed to bring bikes in during rush hour onto the TTC. But it wasn't really that busy, so it didn't really seem like a problem. Got to Bathurst. There's people trying to get on the streetcar early, and the guy came out to be like, don't get on early. And then he moved it like 10 meters forward, and then you're allowed to get on. I get why they do it, but it does seem a little bit dumb. Like, just, I don't know. But yeah. So I got the bike home, and I'm gonna fix it later. I'm mega tired, feeling covered in bug bites and shit, so I wanted to just have a shower and then lay down, which I did. I watched a YouTube video a while ago. It was like this redneck guy being like, if you wanna not be itchy from your mosquito bites, you gotta wash yourself with like a soapy cloth. Specifically the cloth is like important to getting like whatever mosquito grease or whatever is on you. And for the most part it seems like it's worked for me. Like I'm not feeling too itchy in most of my bug bite spots.